is 6-9 on the year. And a guard, a 5'2", 8th grader, number 12, Keely Custard. Custard averaging 5.3 points a game. Another guard is Gab Hedrick, Harrison County's leading scorer at 17.1 points a game. She's a 5'3" senior who wears the number 15. And a third guard, Harrison County's point guard, Bailey Hudgens. Hudgens wears the number 23. She's a 5'5" freshman averaging 7.4 points a game. At one of the forwards is Kara Hines. Hines wears the number 4. She's a 5'9" senior averaging 8.9 points a game. And at the other forward, a 5'9" junior, number 22, Caroline Van Hook. Van Hook averaging 5.8. So once again for the Phillies, it'll be Custard, Hedrick, Hudgens, Hines, and Van Hook. The Phillies on the year are scoring 46 points a game. On defense, giving up 51.6 points a contest. On paper, the Phillies about a 20-point favorite to win this game. We'll just have to wait and see how that goes. Well, it looks like most of the crowd that watched the boys' game are hanging around to watch the girls play, which is always a good sign. But we'll take this opportunity to take it back to the station to Bruce Templeton from Unity Christian Church with tonight's pregame prayer. Back here at the Hilltop, Harrison County and Robertson County about to face each other for the 59th time. Harrison County leads the all-time series 46-12. In fact, the Phillies have won the last 12 games in a row in this series, dating back to a game in January of 2015. Here on the Hilltop, Harrison County has been remarkable against Robertson County as they've gone 24-2 against the Black Lady Devils here on the Hilltop, and have won 20 games in a row. The last time that Robertson County defeated Harrison County here on the Hilltop was in February of 1982. So it's been a while. Last year, the two teams got together a couple of times in the regular season over in Mount Olivet. Harrison County won 73-49. They then met again in the first round of the 38th District Tournament, also held in Mount Olivet. Harrison County also winning that game 52-21. The last time the two teams played here on the Hilltop was a couple of years ago. Harrison County 68-39 win. It's a series that began way back in December of 1976 when the Lady Devils came to town and returned to Mount Olivet on the downside of a 48-47 score. Since Coach Marshall has been the lead Philly, her record against Robertson County 13-2. And also a special note, if Coach Marshall wins tonight, she will pick up her 137th victory, which will move her into second place all time as far as coaches' wins are concerned, as she'll pass Larry Allison. So keep that in mind as well. So a lot going on tonight. Well, while the two teams continue to warm up, let's take a look at what's going on as far as the other winter sports are concerned. Of course, taking a look at first at the Phillies, obviously. They were supposed to play tomorrow against Augusta. That game has been canceled because Augusta has COVID protocol difficulties. So the Phillies' next game will be on Wednesday when they'll host Campbell County. The Brads, who earlier tonight won 74-38, will be back in action next Friday. Will be in action on Tuesday as they'll host Maysville St. Patrick. The wrestling team tomorrow will have a split squad as the boys will head to Frankfort for the Capital City Classic and the girls will head to Louisville Moore. The archery team is also in action this weekend over at the middle school for the Harrison County Invitational Tournament, so best of luck to them. That actually began today and will go on into tomorrow as well. And the bowling team will be in a tournament in Louisville as they will compete both tomorrow and Sunday at the Executive Bowl in the River City. So best of luck to them, as well as all the winter sports are deep into their regular seasons. In fact, this will be the final regular season matchup for the bowling team. Well, all the introductions are done. We'll take one more break and then come back for the tip-off of tonight's game between Harrison County and Robertson County. You're listening to Phillies basketball on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, back here on the hilltop, the starting quintets have now been introduced from a very nice crowd for tonight's game. Of course, we figured that Robertson would bring over a lot of people, but a lot of people from Harrison County as well to watch, hopefully, a doubleheader sweep. The Thoroughbreds won earlier tonight, 74-38. Now it's the girls' turn to try to make it a 2-game win streak. Harrison County 1-0 in district play, while Robertson County 0-2 so far. Kara Hines will be jumping center. On the opposite side of the midcourt stripe will be Hadley Linville. The 6-9 Phillies against the 1-15 Lady Devils. The tap is controlled by still being knocked around and loose, and finally coming up with the basketball will be the Lady Devils. In the front court with the basketball is Linville. And as she brings the ball up top, we're going to have a foul. Actually, a kick called on Harrison County. So the Lady Devils will remain in possession. Massey will inbounds it from just to the right of the Harrison County bench. Gets it in between the circles to Ham. Ham, the leading scorer, being guarded on the man-to-man by Custard. Keeley often gets the best guard on the other team and has done well. With the basketball up top is Monroe. To the left side finds Massey. Massey back up top to Monroe. Now gets the ball into the hands of Ham once again. Ham to the right side, long range to Sutton. Sutton has picked up her dribble in front of the stable, but is able to get it into the hands of Ham. Ham goes baseline, double teamed. Here's a pass inside, knocked away, but the loose ball picked up by Massey. She'll get it back into the hands of Monroe, and now they're going to have a 5-second call on Monroe. So give the ball to Harrison County for their first possession of the night. Inbounds pass will come to Hudgens. She'll get the ball to Custard. Custard on the right side to Hadrick, up top to Custard, in the paint to Hines. Hines fans the ball to the left side to Hudgens for a three, a little too long. Offside rebound, brought down this time by Massey. In the front court come the Lady Devils. Ham gets it on the elbow extended, knocked away, and stolen by Hudgens. Hudgens all the way the other way, misses the layup. Rebound on the floor is going to be picked up this time by Sutton. Up the floor quickly come the Lady Devils. Linville to Ham for three. Too long on the other side, but picking up the loose ball will be Massey. Her putback is no good. Now Massey goes in there and gets it again. Ball rolling around, and finally coming up with it will be Harrison County's Hadrick. In the front court with the basketball come the Phillies. Pass up top to Hadrick for a three. Good! Give the assist to Hadrick. The points to Gab as Harrison takes the early 3-0 advantage. In the front court with the basketball with 2 minutes gone in this first quarter will be Ham. Gets it in the corner, now brings it back to the top of the key. Lobs it to Linville, who in turn will hand the ball to Monroe. Monroe on the far side to Sutton. Sutton, guarded by Van Hook, has picked up her dribble. She's in trouble. Nobody's coming to help her. And now a jump ball is called as Van Hook reaches her hands in there. Alternating possession arrow, though, will keep the ball in the hands of Robertson County. From the far hash mark, Massey inbounds the ball. Here's a long three, put up no good. Rebound pulled down this time by Van Hook. Van Hook gets the ball to Hadrick in the front court on the baseline. Custard, a 15-footer, is no good. And on the rebound, we're going to have a foul called on an over the back on Sutton. That'll be Haley Sutton's first. 3-0, Harrison County leads. 5:41 left to go in the first quarter. From her own baseline, Van Hook to trigger the inbounds pass. Gets it on the wing to Hadrick. She'll fire a three. Short. Rebound will go harmlessly out of bounds. Give the ball back to Robertson County. Treat yourself to some snappy salads, chicken wings, sandwiches, and, of course, Beast Pizza. Call 235-7627 right now. That's 235-SNAP. Thank you, Ryan. You're much better than Aldrich. With the basketball, Ham comes across the timeline, gets it on the wing, long range to Sutton, who will get it on the baseline to Massey. Massey now brings it back to the wing, lobs it in between the circles to Monroe. Monroe traveled, sure did. So Harrison County gets the ball back. 5:18 left to go here in the first quarter. Inbounds pass comes to Custard. Keeley looks back to Coach Marshall to see what play she wants to run. And now brings in the front court on the right side to Hadrick on the baseline to Van Hook. Van Hook, a bounce pass in the paint to Hines. Between a double team, forces up a shot, no good. Bodies hit the floor, and we're going to have a jump ball. And the possession arrow will keep the ball in Harrison County's hands. From her own baseline, Van Hook to trigger the inbounds pass. Gets it underneath the basket to Hines, and as she tries to get away from the double team, she travels. First turnover of the contest for Harrison County. Massey inbounds the ball to Linville, who will bring the ball into the front court. Linville, guarded closely by Hadrick, brings it to in front of the Harrison County bench, and she'll have the ball back tapped away and out of bounds by Gabb. So Robertson maintains possession. It'll be Massey to trigger the inbounds pass from the hash mark. 3-0, still your score, Harrison County up. With the basketball, Monroe to Linville, to the left side to Massey, long range. Massey inside, knocked away. Monroe picks up the loose ball. She'll get it near the center circle to Ham, who will reset the offense. Ham to the left side to Massey, long range, steps inside the arc. Nearly travel, gets the ball to Monroe. Her baseline 15-footer is no good, and Hines will come down with the rebound for the Phillies. Up in the front court quickly comes Hadrick, right side 15-footer in. Gabb at her 5th point puts Harrison County up 5-0 on that 10-footer in the lane. 4:20 on the clock here in the first quarter. With the basketball on the far side is Monroe. Tries a pass inside, knocked away. Loose ball knocked out of bounds by Robertson. So on the 4th turnover of the first quarter, Harrison County will call a timeout after that turnover by the Lady Devils, as Coach Marshall wants to get her team a little more offense going as they lead by just 5-0, but there are 4:13 left on the clock. Harrison County Farm Bureau knows that if you want something protected, you keep it covered. Call 234-4514, and Dustin or Amy will get you covered. As we mentioned, the Phillies with a 1-0 record. Actually, not yet 1-0. 0-0 record in the district. Meanwhile, the Lady Devils are 0-2 with losses both to Nicholas and Pendleton County. Out of the timeout, Custer brings the ball in the front court to the left side to Hudgens, up top to Keeley once again. Back to Hudgens on the left side. Bailey back in between the circles to Custer. Now to this side to Hadrick, long range. A skip pass down low on the block to Hudgens. Gets around the defender and lays it in. Nice move that time by Bailey. As Harrison County's last quarter quickly up into the front court comes Ham. Goes baseline, dishes it off to Massey. Or make that Sutton, and as Sutton goes to the basket, she's going to be fouled. Foul is going to be called on Hadrick. That'll be Gabb's first personal. So Sutton at the line for the first time tonight. On the year, she is a 52% free throw shooter. First one's on the way and bounces out, no good. She will have another, however. Robertson 0 for 7 from the floor. Harrison County 1 for 6. Second free throw is also off the mark, and Van Hook comes down with the rebound for Harrison County. In the front court, Hadrick lobs up his shot, no good, but she's fouled. And we'll go to the line for two. That foul is going to be called on Ham, and that'll be Krista Ham's first. Hedrick at the line for the first time tonight on the year, a 66% free throw shooter. Came in averaging a team leading 17 points a game. Her first free throw is going to be good. Extends her team's lead out to 8-0. Second free throw at the 3:35 mark is on the way and off the front of the rim, no good. And Hedrick goes and gets the offensive rebound of her own miss. Good job. She puts up a shot, no good. Hines with the offensive board, puts it up and in. Nice job that time by Kara as she picks up her first 2 points on that putback. In the front court, we're going to have a turnover by Robertson County. Checking into the game for the first time for Harrison, Brooke Kinney. Kinney, a 5'6" junior, averaging 0.8 points a game. 5 turnovers now by the Lady Devils as they are still looking for their first points, but Harrison County has the basketball in the 10-0 lead. 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Hedrick in the corner finds Hines. Back on the wing to Hedrick, up top to Keeley. Custard steps inside the arc. Her 16-footer rattles off. Rebound's going to be pulled down by Hines. Her putback is no good. And now the ball is going to be knocked out of bounds. And they're going to say it was last touched by Harrison County. Full court pressure being applied now by the Phillies as Massey lobs the ball in. It gets over Ham's head, but she chases it down in the front court. Ham now will bring the ball back between the circles. Moves to the right elbow. Kicks it in the corner to Linville. Linville nearly traveled, but gets it back to Ham near the center circle. Ham races inside the arc, gets it between the circles to Linville. Now Linville's pass to Massey, knocked away, but Massey gets the loose ball. Now tries a pass down low to Sutton, and Sutton's going to be tied up. Nice defensive play that time by Brooke Kinney. Possession arrow faces Robertson County's way. From their own baseline, opposite side of the basket, Massey. Massey lobs the ball in the paint to Monroe. Monroe drops the ball, and the loose ball picked up by Hudgens. Hudgens outlet pass to Hedrick. 1-on-1 against Linville. Her layup is good. 8 points for Gab. 12-0. Harrison County's lead grows off of the steal and layup. 2:25 left in this first quarter, and now we're going to have a foul called on Custard for overguarding. Inbounding the ball from just in front of us near the hash mark will be Linville. Linville looking for Ham. Now gets it to Kristen near the timeline on the near side of the circle. Ham moves to the right side, steps inside the arc, gets it in the corner to Monroe. Back outside for a 3 by Ham is no good off the flange. Rebound is going to still be looked after, and finally coming away with Hines. And now we're going to have a foul called on Robertson County. That foul is going to be called on Monroe. It'll be her first. Checking back into the ball game will be Vanna. Harrison County Farm Bureau knows if you want something protected, you keep it covered. Call 234-4514, and Dustin or Amy will get you covered. Inbound the ball, Van Hook in the corner finds Hedrick for a 3. Count it down with Van Hook, her second assist of the first quarter, as Gab now has 11 points on the night, and Harrison County's lead grows to 15-0 as we drop below the 2-minute mark of the first quarter. Ham with the basketball on the left side, lobs in the corner to Linville for a 3. Too long. Offside rebound, though, picked up by Sutton, who puts it back up and in. So Haley Sutton gets her team on the board for the first time on the putback. Into the front court with the basketball come the Phillies. A minute and a half left. They lead significantly 15-2. Now a 3 by Custard is short. And on the rebound, going to have Hines over the back. That'll be Kara's first personal foul. Once again, Harrison County will put on some full court pressure. Inbound the ball will be Massey. Lobs it into Ham. Ham lobs it in the front court to Linville. Linville goes inside the arc on the left side. 15-footer is short. And Hedrick comes away with the rebound for Harrison County. Outlet pass to Hudgens. She has to save it from going out of bounds. Right to Hines. And as Hines goes towards the basket, she's going to be bumped into by Massey. That'll be Natalie Massey's first personal foul. Just a common foul. Harrison County's committed 3. Robertson County has committed 2. Hedrick inbounds the ball to Hines. Back to Hedrick. Left side 15-footer. Air ball. Van Hook with the rebound. Shot no good. And now coming down with the rebound will be Massey. With the basketball knocked out of bounds. Robertson County will maintain possession. Against the full court pressure with 1:07 left in the first quarter. Massey gets the ball to Linville. Into the front court to Ham. Ham 1-on-2. Waits on the rest of her team. Good transition defense that time by Harrison. Ham goes to the left elbow. Jump shots an air ball. Rebound pulled down by Sutton. Sutton gets it into Ham once again. Ham rolls to the block. Her shot off the glass is no good. And once again, Custard is there for the rebound. In the front court, right side, Hadrick backs up. Now races to the block. Puts up a shot partially blocked. Rebound is going to be chased down by Gab. Nice play that time by the senior. To Custard, to Van Hook. Back up top to Keeley. Custard gets it to Hudgens in the corner to Hadrick for a three-point try. Bounces off the front of the rim. Van Hook comes down with the rebound. Her putback is short. Hines with the rebound. Her putback is good. Nice job on the deep offensive glass that time by both Hines and Van Hook. Harrison County's lead now, 17-2. Now a shot put up and good by Ham.
Robertson basket, Ham.
Ham's first points of the night. 6 seconds left. Hadrick to Hudgens. Hudgens to the block. Shot put up, no good. Van Hook with the rebound. Her shot is no good. And that is the way that the first quarter will end with your score. Harrison County 17, Robertson County 4. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. As we get back to action, Harrison County with a commanding 17-4 lead as we begin the second quarter, and the Phillies will have the ball as well. Hadrick up top to Hines, to the left side to Hudgens, gets it on the baseline to Custer, to the block to Van Hook, turnaround jumper off the glass is good. That's the way you execute. Van Hook's first points of the night. Boy, that was about as good as you're ever going to get. 7:40 left to go. Harrison up 19-4 here in the second quarter. Now with the basketball around the far sideline is Sutton, standing too close to that sideline and steps on it. So give the ball back to the Phillies, who committed just one turnover in that first quarter. Across the timeline comes Custer, gets it on the right wing to Hadrick. Up top to Custer, to the elbow to Hines. Turnaround jumper from there is going to roll off to the left. Rebound pulled down by Van Hook. Her shot's no good. Ensuing rebound is going to be picked up by Linville, who's going to be fouled. Foul is, well, I thought there was a foul. They just said that the ball went out of bounds. Brooke Kinney will check back in now for Harrison County. Leading by 15. Harrison scored the first 10 points, make that 12 points of the game. 15 points. So I look at my notes correctly now. With the basketball into the front court come the Lady Devils. Ham with the basketball, gets it to the elbow extended to Massey. Massey to Sutton for a three-point try, too long. Rebound comes out high to Keely Custard. Custard gets the ball to Hudgens, who goes to the block. Her Euro step to the basket, and it's good. Good job that time by Bailey as Harrison County's lead grows to 21-4. 6:45 left in the first half with the basketball. Sutton gets it in the paint to Van Hook. Or actually, Van Hook steals it. Now an outlet pass to Hadrick, who lays it up and in. 13 points for Gab off the steal and layup. Makes it 23-4. 6.5 left to go here in the first half with the basketball. Ham on the wing. Ham gets it to the elbow, extended now to Emma Adamson, who's in the game. Adamson, a 5'5 freshman, averaging 3.4. And now attempting a pass will be Sutton, and she's going to be fouled. Foul's going to be called on Van Hook. That'll be Caroline's first, and send Sutton back to the line where she's 0 for 2. First free throw by the freshman is on the way and bounces off, no good. She'll have another.
Into the game for Robertson.
Back in the game, Monroe returns for Robertson. She'll come in for Massey, who will get her first rest of the night. Second free throw upcoming for Sutton. Who came in averaging 5 points a game. This one is going to also be no good. Ball knocked around, and coming down with the offensive board is Monroe, and she's going to be fouled by Kinney. That'll be Kinney's first personal from her own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass. Will be Linville. Linville looking, gets the ball on the wing to Ham. Ham tries a pass inside, knocked away, and the loose ball picked up by Hudgens. Bailey all the way the other way, layup is missed. Kinney with the rebound, her putback is good, and she's fouled. And Brooke will have a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play. Nice shooting, Tex.
She will be at the line for one shot.
Makes it 25-4. Kinney on the year, 1 for 5 from the line, however. Put back to basket. Free throw up and no good. Rebound pulled down by Linville. Linville into the front court, has the ball back tapped away from behind by Hedrick, but Robertson will maintain possession. In the game for the first time, Kylie Hudgens. Kylie, a 5'8" senior, averaging a half a point a game. Good to see Kylie back. From just in front of us, Linville inbounds the ball to Monroe. Monroe back to Linville, in between the circles to Ham. Ham gets on the right side to Sutton inside the arc. Sutton to the foul line to Monroe. Monroe gets it over to the far hash mark in front of the stable to Ham. Ham races to the block, tries a pass inside. Sutton picks up the loose ball, nearly traveled. Now gets it to Linville, who fires a three-pointer. It's good. Hadley Linville with her first points of the game. Makes it a 25-7 Harrison County lead. That's Hadley Linville. 5:26 on the clock here in the second quarter. Left side, Hadrick for a three. Count it down. Give Custer the assist. 16 points here in the first half for Gab Hadrick, who gives her team a 28-7 lead. We still got 5 minutes left to go in this first half. With the basketball, Sutton. She'll hand it off in the front court in between the circle to Ham. Back to Sutton on the right side. Goes baseline. Gets it to Adamson. Adamson back on the corner to Sutton. Sutton now to Monroe. Monroe between the circles finds Ham. Ham moves to the left side. Gets it in the corner to Linville. Linville back to Ham on the left wing. Guarded by Van Hook. Now she loses the ball. Goes and chases it down. Does Ham. Now gets it into the block. And as she gets there, she's going to be fouled. Foul is going to be against Kinney. That'll be Brooks' second. So 1-1 coming up for Ham. Her first trip to the line tonight. On the year, Krista Ham is a 70% free throw shooter. Down 28-7. Her first free throw's on the way in. Good.
At the line for Robertson, number 10, Ham.
Gets her team back to within a 28-8 deficit. Coming in the game will be Hudgens for Harrison County. It's the second free throw upcoming for Krista Ham. Spins the ball on her right hand. Her second free throw is also nothing but net. And now a 30-second timeout is being called for by Robertson County. We'll keep it right here, however. 4:43 left to go in the second quarter. And Harrison County up comfortably, 28-9. I want to remind you that Cynthiana Hardee's has made-from-scratch breakfast options and the best burgers in town. Hardee's is a proud supporter of Reds and Phillies basketball. Phillies will be back in action come next Wednesday when the Lady Camels of Campbell County will be coming to town. Right now, Lady Camels are struggling as their leader, Kyle Cunninger, was injured several games ago, and the Lady Camels still trying to figure things out without their leader and leading scorer. So hopefully the Phillies can take advantage and come up with a big win against the Lady Camel team that we've really not had a whole lot of success against over the years. Out of timeout, Harrison with the basketball. Van Hook will inbounds it and gets it to Hudgens. Hudgens brings the ball across the timeline inside the center circle to the foul line to Kinney. Lobs the ball to the near side of Hadrick. Back up top to Kinney, who will hand it in between the circles to Hudgens. All alone for a three is Bailey, but it hits off the flange, no good. And on the rebound, we're going to have a foul called on Harrison County's Gab Hadrick, and that'll be Gab's second personal foul. Hines and Custard now will return to the game.
Into the game for the Phillies,
Nope.
number 12.
Hines was told, no, you're not supposed to check in, so she'll go back to her seat. Going to the line will be Monroe. Monroe's first trip to the line tonight on the year. She is a 69% free throw shooter. Looking for her first points in the night, came in averaging 5.6. 4:27 on the clock. Her first free throw is good. Checking into the game now for Robertson, Cinderella Gifford. Gifford, a 5'5 freshman, averaging 1.1 points a game. Monroe with her second free throw try. It's on the way by the sophomore and good. Makes the score 28-11. Harrison County still in the lead. They led 17-4 at the quarter break. In the front court, Hudgens up top to Hedrick for three. Off the mark, no good. Rebound, bobbled around, and finally brought out of there by Caroline Vanhook, who now has 7 rebounds. Custard gets it on the baseline to Kylie Hudgens, now on the wing. She'll find Custard up top to Hedrick, to the right side to Bailey Hudgens, to the foul line to Vanhook. Turnaround jumper, rims out. Ball went halfway down and then came back out again. Rebound is knocked into bounds by Harrison County, so the Lady Devils will get the ball back. Harrison County was about to set up in the press, but then backed it off. As we go under the 4-minute mark of the second quarter, across the timeline comes Linville. Linville nearly traveled as she picked up the ball, gets to the left side to Ham in the corner to Monroe. Back to Ham, who goes to the basket and lays it in. That was a nice give and go. 6 points for Krista Ham, and that will get her team back to within 15 at 28-13. With the basketball, Bailey Hudgens goes into the paint, lobs to the near side, intended for Custard. Custard has to chase it down, which she does. Now gets it to Hedrick. Hedrick to the left side to Bailey Hudgens for an open three try. Bit of battles out, no good. Rebound pulled down this time by Monroe. Into the front court quickly goes Ham to the basket, lays it up and good. Nobody cut her off, and she's good enough to take the ball to the rack for her 8th point. Makes it 28-15 as the Lady Devils start to sneak back closer and closer. Hedrick with the basketball in the paint. A runner from 15 is no good, and on the rebound it's going to go out of bounds. Last touched by Robertson County, so Harrison County will maintain possession as Haley Sutton returns to the floor. She'll be coming in for Adamson. Also, Hines comes back in for the Phillies. If you've been thinking about a farm or machinery loan, call Michael Furnish with Farm Credit Mid-America at 859-254-2741 and learn how he can help you. Hudgens with the basketball. That's Bailey to Custard in the corner, finds Hedrick. Hedrick goes inside the arc for a 12-footer. Rolls off the rim, no good. Rebound picked up by Bailey. Hudgens, her putback is good. Nice putback basket that time by Bailey. That gets Harrison County's lead back to 15 at 30-15 as they've doubled up the Lady Devils. In the front court in the corner is Monroe. Monroe gets it on the wing now to Sutton. Now up top to Gifford. Gifford inside the arc to Linville. To the far corner finds Monroe. Back once again to Gifford on the right wing. She'll get it between the circles to Ham. Ham races into the paint. Now kicks it back on the wing to Gifford for a 17-footer that's no good. Rebound pulled down by Vanhook. Into the front court quickly comes Hedrick. Hedrick goes baseline to the blocker. Shot off the glass is short. Rebound is going to be a foul on Robertson County. Nice job on the offensive glass that time by Kara. Foul's going to be called on Gifford. That'll be her first. From her own baseline after the common foul with 2:06 left to go in the first quarter, or first half, will be Hedrick. Gets it in the corner to Hines. Up top now to Bailey Hudgens. Bailey goes into the paint, and before she can do that up and under move, she's going to be fouled. Foul's going to be called on Ham, who doesn't really appreciate that foul call. So Hudgens, that's Bailey at the line for the first time tonight on the year. Bailey is a 64% free throw shooter. First one's on the way and perfect. Back in the game, Kenny returns, also entering the game for the first time. Maddie Carson. Carson, a 5'1 freshman, averaging 0.6 points a game. She had that big three-pointer down at the Class 2A state tournament last weekend.
Into the line for Robertson, number 15, Morgan.
Also coming into the game will be Carrie Morgan for Robertson County. Carrie Morgan, a 5'6 freshman, averaging 1.3. 2:01 on the clock. Second free throw by Bailey is also good. She now has 8 points on the night, extending her team's lead to 32-15. In the front court quickly comes Ham on the far side, looking for her help, and has the ball taken away from her by Bailey Hudgens. She'll bring the ball in the front court to Kinney. Kinney to the basket. Her shot's no good, but she's going to be fouled by Sutton. And Brooke is going to go to the line for 2. See, Kinney on the year, actually Kinney on the day, is 0 for 1. Does have a couple of points, however. With 1:47 left to go in the half, Kinney's first free throw is on the way and good. Checking in will be Adamson once again for Robertson County. 33-15 now your score with 1:47 left. Second free throw by the junior. Kinney is up and bounces in. Gives her 4 points, and Harrison County a 34-15 advantage. In the front court comes Robertson with the basketball as Adamson gets it to Monroe, now to the far side. She will find Morgan. Morgan to Monroe. Monroe back to Morgan for a 15-footer that's no good. Custard comes down with the rebound for the Phillies. In the front court, Hudgens, that's Bailey to the basket. Misses the layup, however, but Keeley is there for the offensive rebound. Here's a shot put up no good by the Phillies. This time Sutton will rip down the rebound. 1:15 left to go in the first half. A pass intended for Adamson is knocked out of bounds by Van Hook. Robertson County will maintain possession, however. From just in front of the Harrison County bench, it'll be Linville to trigger the inbounds pass. Linville lobs it in to Monroe. Monroe back to Linville, knocked away. Loose ball picked up this time by Brooke Kinney to Van Hook. Van Hook to Custard, who has her dribble back tapped away from behind, but they're going to say that Keeley touched it last. Only the second turnover of the game on the Phillies. Robertson County will bring the ball up the floor as we go under a minute to go in the first half. Across the timeline comes Linville, lobs it in front of the stable, knocked it out of bounds by Kinney. Ray Brooke getting it done on both sides of the floor tonight. Now Kylie Hudgens will re-enter the ball game for the Phillies. She'll come in for Van Hook, who will get a well-deserved rest. She has 8 rebounds here in the first half alone. Linville in front of the stable gets it inbounds to Sutton. Sutton goes baseline, knocked away. Loose ball is going to be picked up by Carson. In the front court, she'll get the ball to Kylie Hudgens. Her shot no good. Kinney with the rebound, put back no good. And now fighting for that rebound is Carson. Her shot's no good, but she's going to be fouled. Good job by Carson and Kinney fighting for those offensive boards. Carson's first trip to the line tonight. She'll have 2 shots at it. First free throw by number 14 is off the back of the rim, no good. She'll have another crack at it. Had that big tray down at Class 2A State. Second free throw by the lefty is also no good. And whipping down the rebound is going to be number 15, Morgan, and she's going to be fouled by Carson. So we'll walk the other way and shoot some free throws as we're in the 1-and-1 with 41 seconds left. Harrison County leading, though, 34-15. Phillies took a 15-0 advantage at the start and just kept on rocking and rolling. Morgan's first free throw of the night on the year. She is 2 for 4 for 50%. First free throw by the freshman is on the way and bounces in there. She'll have another. Makes it a 34-16 score. Second free throw by number 15 is on the way and good. 34-17. Harrison County still up comfortably. Up the floor with the basketball comes Custard. Crossing the timeline on the near side of the midcourt circle. Gets it to Carson. Inside to Hudgens. That's Bailey. Down low to Kinney. Her shot's no good, but she's fouled. And we'll go to the line for 2. Good ball movement that time by the Phillies. Foul's going to be on Adamson. That'll be Emma Adamson's first. Kinney back to the line where she's 2 for 3. Made her last 2. First free throw by number 13 is going to be on the way and bounces in there. Extends Harrison County's lead out to 35-17 with 29 seconds on the clock. Second free throw for Kinney. She takes a deep breath in the deep knee bend. It's on the way and it works. Half a dozen points now for Brooke and a 36-17 lead for Harrison. Linville across the timeline being harassed by Carson. Goes into the corner, and now we're going to have a foul called on Manny Carson. That'll be Carson's second. So going to the line will be Linville. This will be her first free throws of the night. On the year, she's 1 for 5. That's 20%.
Robertson, number 41, Linville.
Harrison County led 17-4 at the quarter break. And right now lead by 19 as the first free throw makes it an 18-point advantage as Hadley Linville makes it. 36-18. Second free throw by the freshman upcoming. It's on the way and very short this time. And racing down the rebound will be Kylie Hudgens. In the front court with the basketball come the Phillies. Up top, Custer, right side, Kenny for the three. Air ball. Ball will go out of bounds with 5 seconds left on the clock. So that the Lady Devils will have to go the length of the floor. Check it back in. It'll be Ham real quick. She'll come in for Morgan. Robertson will try to get this last shot off. Linville will roll the ball to Ham, who catches it near the midcourt stripe. Races to the right side, to the block, to the glass as the buzzer sounds. And that will bring us to the end of the first half of play. With your score, Harrison County 36, Robertson County 18. We invite you to stay tuned now for our halftime show brought to you by Joe Cochran at State Farm. We'll go over the scoring and stats from this first half of play, which has seen Harrison County dominate. And as they did come in a 20-point favorite, not surprisingly so. But once again, from here on the hill, your halftime score, Harrison County 36, Robertson County 18. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCY. Back here at the Hilltop, Harrison County leads by a score of 36-18. The Phillies came out of the gates quickly, scoring the first 15 points, and have just really never looked back, although Robertson County made things a little bit interesting there towards the end of the first quarter, narrowing the deficit back to just 13 points, but Harrison County's been able to take control once again. Taking a look at the scoring individually for Robertson County. They're led by Krista Ham, who has 8 points here at the break, 4 points for Hadley Linville, and then 2 points each for Lily Monroe, Haley Sutton, and Carrie Morgan. Also playing but not scoring, Natalie Massey, Cinderella Gifford, and Emma Adamson. For Harrison County, Gab Haddock leads the way with 16 points here at the break, including 3 3-pointers. 8 points by Bailey Hudgens, 6 points for Brooke Kinney off the bench, 4 points for Kara Hines, and a couple of points as well for Caroline Vanda. Also playing but not scoring in the first half were Keely Custard, Kylie Hudgens, and Maddie Carson. That's the way the individual numbers look. We'll take a break, come back, and take a look at the team stats following this timeout. But once again, your halftime score, Harrison County 36, Robertson County 18. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. Back here at the Hilltop, Harrison County leading by a score of 36-18. Phillies didn't really shoot all that well. It's just that they got a chance to shoot very often because of offensive rebounds and turnovers committed by Robertson County. In that first half, Robertson just 5 of 21 for 23.8%. They made 1 of their 6 3-point attempts. Meanwhile, the Phillies 13 for 43. That's right, the Phillies took 22 more shots than did Robertson County, but that only comes out to a 30.2% shooting percentage. The Phillies attempted 11 trays and were able to make 3. From the free throw line, Harrison County was 7 of 11 for 63.6%, while Robertson County was 7 of 12 for 58.3%. Turnover-wise, the Phillies did very well, committing just 2 turnovers in that first half, while Robertson County committed a dozen. And Harrison County dominated the glass as well, out-rebounding the Lady Devils 27-15. 6 offensive and 9 defensive rebounds for Robertson County. They were paced by a couple of players with 4 rebounds apiece, those being Natalie Massey and Haley Sutton. Meanwhile, Harrison County whipped down 15 offensive rebounds and 12 defensive rebounds for their 27. They're paced in the rebounding department in the first half by Caroline Vanda, who had 8 rebounds overall, 4 of which were of the offensive variety. So we're doing a nice job on our second chance points, and so the low shooting percentage is not so worrisome. That's the way the stats look after one half of play. As we said, Harrison County trying for their first victory in the district, while Robertson County will need to come back to avoid going 0-3 in district play. We'll take a break right now and then come back with a third quarter handoff right after this timeout. But once again, your halftime score, Harrison County 36, Robertson County 18. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, back here on the hilltop. We're just a few seconds away from the start of the third quarter of a game which Harrison County has dominated 36-18. Phillies looking for win number 7 on the season. And as we mentioned before, if Harrison County is able to pull this out, it'll be Coach Marshall's 138th career win, which will move her into second place in the career wins record book as far as Harrison County coaches are concerned, as she will pass Larry Allison, who was a pretty darn good coach in his own right in his years here at Harrison County, most specifically. So let's hope that that will happen. All right, out of the timeout, or out of the half timeout, Robertson County will have the basketball. Original starting 5 back out there for both squads. Ham try to get the ball in bounds and lobs it into Linville. Linville to Massey. Massey backdoor cut to Monroe. She can't control it. Ball goes out of bounds. So give the ball back to the Phillies. So Robertson County starts out the second half as they start out the game with a turnover. Keely Custard will bring the ball up the floor as she has for most of the night. Gets on the left side to Hudgens. Long range on the baseline to Van Hook. Van Hook in the paint to Hines. Her 10-footer rolls out. No good. Van Hook there for the offensive putback. Once again, Caroline, Johnny on the spot on the offensive boards to put Harrison County up 38-18. 7:34 left in this third quarter. With the basketball up top is Massey. Angles to the left, now reverses back to the right, gives the ball back to Ham in between the circles. Ham being harassed by Custard. Now gets it on the elbow to Monroe. Monroe turns around looking for someone to pass to, gets it to Sutton, who almost lost it. Now it is stolen away by Van Hook. Caroline to Hedrick, back to Van Hook, who puts it up and in. Van Hook now with a half a dozen points to go along with her 9 rebounds. It's Harrison County pulling away at 40-18. 7 minutes left. Now a steal by Hedrick. Coast to coast lays it in. She now has 18 on the night. Puts her team up 42-18. 6:46 on the clock. Ham with the basketball in the front court on the right side. Now in a double team, and now Van Hook steals the ball away to Hedrick. Hedrick to the basket, lays it up good. 20 points now for Gab as the Phillies just dominating on the defensive side. 6:26 on the clock. Here's a steal by Van Hook again. Gets it to Hudgens. That's Bailey to the basket. Layup is missed. And Monroe comes away with the defensive rebound. Robertson with 5 turnovers in their first 5 possessions. Almost turned it over again. Now Coach Massey will call a quick 30-second timeout to get his troops back organized again. With 6:06 left to go in the third quarter, Harrison County has extended what was a 36-18 lead to a 44-18 advantage. And it seems like it's taken no time at all to get those 8 points. Treat yourself to some Snappy. Salads, chicken wings, sandwiches, and of course, Beast Pizza. Call 235-7627 right now. That's 235-SNAP. Thank you, Ryan. Good crowd on hand to watch the Phillies play here tonight, as was the case when the Thoroughbreds won earlier 74-38 over the Black Devils. Out of the timeout, Massey will inbounds it from the far hash mark. Massey looking, gets it to Sutton, back to Massey. And as Massey goes to the baseline, she's going to be fouled by Bailey Hudgens. That'll be Bailey's first personal foul. Comes with 6:04 left to go in the third quarter. Once again, Massey from that same spot. Gets it inbounds this time to Ham. Ham, the team leader in points with 8. And now Hudgens going for the steal. Picks up a very quick second personal. So guess what? Massey will take it out of bounds from that hash mark again. This will be the third straight time that's happened in the last 6 seconds. Gets it to Ham near the timeline. Ham goes to the right side, long range in front of her own bench. Now goes to the baseline, and as she loses the ball out of bounds, she's going to be bounced by Hedrick. That'll be Gab's third. Just a common foul. Now from her own baseline, Massey will trigger the inbounds pass. Massey gets it to Monroe. 10-footer rolls in there. First points of the second half for the Lady Devils on the Lily Monroe layup. Makes it 44-20 with 5:43 left. Hadrick with the basket there. Puts her team back up 46-20. 5.5 left to go here in this third quarter. Massey with the basketball, gets it in the corner to Ham. Ham trying to get around Custard. Now she does. Goes to the block underneath the basket. Finds Sutton, who misses the shot. Gets her own rebound. Her putback is no good. Ensuing rebound is dug out of there by Harrison County's Caroline Van Hook. Now going to the basket is Hedrick. Her shot is good, and she's fouled. We'll go to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. Fouls on Linville. That'll be her first. 24 points now for Gab Hadrick.
In the line for the Phillies, number 15, Hadrick, shooting 1.
48-20 right now your score with 5:11 left. Hadrick, who is 1 for 2 from the line, makes it 2 for 3 as she scores her 9th point of the third quarter and her 25th overall. In the front court on the left side, long range is Monroe. Gets it on the baseline to Massey. Massey throws the ball away right to Hadrick. Gab up the floor, stops and pops from the elbow. Good. 27 points now for Hadrick as Harrison County's lead grows to 51-20. Into the front court with the basketball comes Ham to Monroe. Monroe throws the ball away right to Van Hook. Van Hook fouled by Sutton. That'll be Sutton's third. Already 7 turnovers for the Lady Devils here in the second half, and we haven't even gotten to the midway point yet. 51-20 once we get to 35. We'll start the continuous clock. Up the floor, Custard with the ball. Moves to the top of the key, stops, gets it to Hadrick right side. Thought about the three for a second, but gets it back to Keeley. Now in the paint to Bailey Hudgens. Bailey, no look pass to Van Hook. Her 10-footer's good. 8 points now for Caroline. Makes it 53-20. 4:17 on the clock here in the third. Ham with the basketball now. Angles to the right in front of her own bench. Now lobs it down on the baseline to Sutton, and Sutton is going to be fouled. Or no, we're going to have an offensive foul called on a push-off by Sutton. That'll be Sutton's 4th. So the Phillies with the ball back. Harrison County Farm Bureau knows that if you want something protected, you keep it covered. Call 234-4514, and Dustin or Amy will get you covered. With the basketball, Custard across the timeline. Gets it to the right side to Hadrick. Hadrick thought about the three, now fires it on. Good! 30 points now for Gab Hadrick in the game. Makes it a 56-20 score, and a continuous clock will begin now with 3:47 left. In the front court with the basketball, Ham falls down and loses the ball out of bounds. That's turnover number 20 in the game as Emma Adamson returns. 3:33 left, and the clock is running. Hines inbounds the ball to Custard. Custard up the floor. Gab's career high, 33. Custard from the free throw line. Her shot's short, and Monroe comes down with the rebound. And now loses control of it as the steal by Hadrick. Her 10-footer goes about 15 feet. Custard with the rebound. Put back good. Nice job that time by Keeley. It's her first points of the night. Makes it 58-20 on the putback. With under 3 minutes to go here in the third. With the basketball up top, Adamson goes inside the arc down to the baseline and dishes it into the paint. And we'll have a travel called to give the ball back to the Phillies as Brooke Kinney will come back in the game. Yeah, we're talking about Gab Hadrick's high point. It was the 32 points she scored against Meade County down at that tournament we played at South Warren back in her freshman year. Custer with the basketball. A runner in the lane is short. Rebound is going to be chased after, and now we're going to have a jump ball called. Possession arrow will keep it in Harrison County's hands. 2:20 on the clock, 58-20. Harrison County on a 22-2 run. From their own baseline, Kinney will trigger the inbounds pass. Gets it in the corner to Bailey Hudgens, and as Bailey tries to both run and throw at the same time, travels. Only the third turnover of the game for the Phillies. With the basketball, Linville up the floor. Gets it in the front court. In the corner, here's a three fired up by Massey, and it's an air ball. Knocked out of bounds by Harrison County, they're going to say. With 1:40 on the clock from her own baseline, Monroe to trigger the inbounds pass. Monroe looking, still looking. Got to be close to 5. Now throws the ball away right to Keely Custard. Custard to Hedrick. Hedrick stops from the block. Her shot is good. 32 points now. That equals her career high for Hedrick. It makes the score 60-20. With the basketball in the front court, another travel by Linville. Now checking back in will be Kylie Hudgens.
For the Phillies, number 10, Kylie Hudgens.
As we'll get the ball in bounds for the Phillies. Cynthiana Hardy's has made from scratch breakfast options and the best burgers in town. Hardy's is a proud supporter of Reds and Phillies basketball. Across the timeline comes Custard. Gets to the foul line to Hines. Down low to Kylie. Her shot's no good, but she's bumped pretty hard. And will go to the line to try to score. Foul is going to be on Adamson. That is Emma Adamson's second personal foul.
At the line for the Phillies, number 10.
So Kylie at the line for the first time tonight on the year. She is 1 for 6. 17%, in case you're wondering. Her first free throw is going to bounce off to the right. No good. She'll have another chance to get her name into the scorebook. Kylie, of course, an outstanding soccer player. Second free throw is on the way and also no good. And Monroe comes down with the rebound. Into the front court with the basketball is Adamson. Was about to go up for a shot, but she's going to be slapped hard by Bailey Hudgens. That'll be Bailey's third personal. Going to the line will be Adamson for the first time tonight on the year. Emma Adamson is 3 for 4 for 75%. First free throw's on the way and good with 28 seconds on the clock. 60-21 your score as Maddie Carson returns the game. Second free throw by Adamson is no good. And the rebound is going to be tapped out of bounds by Harrison County, so Robertson will maintain possession with 25 seconds on the clock from her own baseline. Massey to trigger the pass. Gets it to Monroe in the corner, knocked out of bounds by Hines. 16 seconds on the clock now. This time, inbounding the ball will be Ham with 10 seconds left on the clock. Gets it to Monroe. Monroe back to Ham. Her layup is no good. And bringing down the rebound is Keely Custard. And that is the way that the third quarter will end. With your score, Harrison County 60 and Robertson County 21. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. Robertson County with the basketball. Monroe, her team trailing 60-21, gets it up top to Ham. Ham to the left side, long range to Monroe. Gets it back inside the paint to Sutton, to Ham, to the basket. Shot no good. Rebound pulled down by Brooke Kinney, who is back in the ball game. Her third rebound of the night. In the front court, Hedrick stops. Almost traveled. Gets the ball to Kinney, who goes baseline. And now we're going to have a foul called on Emma Adamson. And that'll be Adamson's third personal foul. Just a common foul. From her own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass will be Hedrick. Gabb gets it in the corner to Hines. Now up top to Kylie Hudgens, to Bailey Hudgens, who's going to be fouled up top by Ham. It'll be Krista Ham's third. If you've been thinking about a farm and machinery loan, call Michael Furnish with Farm Credit Mid-America at 859-254-2741 and learn how he can help you. Bailey Hudgens with the basketball up top to the right side to Hadrick. Back up top to Bailey. She'll fire a three. She's going to bounce off. No good. Rebound pulled down by Lily Monroe, and now tying things up will be Brooke Kinney. Alternating possession arrow will give the ball back to Harrison County. It's been a tough night for the Lady Devils. From her own baseline, Hadrick lobs it into Hines. Back to Hadrick. 15-footer. Good. So give Gab her 34th point and her career high. And that 10-footer on the baseline. This makes it 62-21. Now going for the steal is Kylie Hudgens. She's unsuccessful, so the Lady Devils will maintain possession as Maddie Carson checks back in the game. Coming in for Hadrick. Also in the game for the first time for Harrison County, Katie Beth Limble. Limble, a 5'6" freshman, looking for her first points of the season. So congratulations all around. Now a timeout called by Robertson County. We'll take it as well. 5:55 left to go. Your score, Harrison County 62, Robertson County 21. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. All right, as we get back to action, Ham brings the ball to the near side in front of her own bench, gets to Linville with the elbow extended, now to Sutton up top to Monroe. Monroe in between the circles finds Linville. Linville now backs up near the center circle, bounce pass to Sutton on the left side. Sutton at the top of the key, now has the ball taken away by Kylie Hudgens. Nice steal that time by Kylie. She'll get it to Kinney in the front court. Kinney looking for help, finds Bailey Hudgens between the circles to the foul line to Linville. Linville now takes a bounce, puts the ball up from 15, blocked by Monroe, and on the rebound, we're going to have a tie-up, alternating possession arrow. We'll give it back to Robertson County. Checking in real quick for the Phillies, Maddie Jones. Jones, a 5'4", 8th grader, looking for her first points of the season. And she'll come in for Bailey Hudgens, who finishes up the night with 8 points, a rebound, and assist. Into the front court where the basketball comes Ham. Goes baseline, lobs one up, it's no good, and the rebound is knocked out of bounds by the Phillies, so Robertson will maintain possession. A continuous clock going on, 4:45 right now. Harrison up 62-21. Monroe gets the ball to Linville, back to Monroe at the block. Monroe guarded by Linville, forces up a shot, and it's going to be no good, but a foul is going to be called on Linville. Got Linville's on both sides. I got to remember that. Gets Katie Beth Linville, not Hadley Linville. Going to the line will be Monroe. She's 2 for 2 from the line tonight. Has 4 points. Can equal her season's average if she can make both these free throws. First one's on the way and good. Makes it a 62-22 score. Second free throw is no good, and the rebound brought down by Kylie Hudgens. Up the floor and into the front court come the Phillies, and the ball is going to be passed out of bounds. So give it back to the Lady Devils. Only 4 turnovers tonight for Harrison County. That's a good number. Linville across the timeline, met by Carson defensively, gets the ball on the wing to Monroe. In the paint to Sutton, to the basket, puts one up and good. Haley Sutton with her 4th point on the layup. Makes the 62-24 score, but just 3:58 on the clock. Into the front court where the basketball comes Kinney. Brooke nearly double teamed, dribbles to the corner. Now lobs it inside, intended for Kylie Hudgens. It's knocked out of bounds by Robertson, however. So Harrison will maintain possession. From the corner, Katie Beth Linville will inbounds the ball. Gets it to Carson. Carson in between the circles, lobs to the far side to Jones. Jones back up top to Carson, to the foul line to Linville, to the left side to Kinney for a three-point try. Off the flange, no good. Rebound is going to go out of bounds off of the Phillies, so Harrison County will have to go back on defense. Checking in will be Marley Toll. Toll, a 5'8", 8th grader. She's averaging a half a point a game. She had a couple of free throws made down at the Class 2A state tournament. So bringing the ball up the floor will be Hadley Linville. Hadley Linville across the timeline. Bounce pass to the far side to Monroe. Monroe in between the circles. Gets it to the near side to Ham. Ham being guarded by Carson. Gets the ball to Sutton for a three-point try. Good. 7 points now for Sutton. Makes it 62-27. Timeout called by Robertson. We'll take it as well. 2:47 left. Harrison leads 62-27. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. As we get back to action, Maddie Jones is fouled and will be heading to the free throw line for one and the bonus. 2:36 on the clock. Jones looking for her first varsity points as she goes to the line for the first time this season. 8th grader. First free throw's on the way and banks off the glass and in. Went right on the square. And I'm sure that's the way Maddie planned it. Makes it 63-27 as coming into the game for the first time, Savannah Kennedy. Savvy, a 5'3", 7th grader, making her first appearance as a varsity Philly. Second free throw is no good, and the ball will be knocked out of bounds. Give it back to, it's actually going to be knocked off by Robertson, so Harrison will have the ball. Katie Beth Linville from her own baseline. Looking to get the ball in bounds. Bounce pass is going to be stolen by Ham. Ham up the floor, goes to the basket. Her hook shot is good. She now is in double figures with 10 points. Makes it 63-23, or 29, excuse me, 63-29. With 2:06 left. Now is ball still in the backcourt. Come on, Savvy, get it across the timeline, which she does. Kennedy now goes into the paint, lobs one up, blocked by Monroe, and the loose ball is chased down by Adamson. So up the floor come the Lady Devils. That's Linville. That's Hadley Linville. Rotates over to the left side, gets to the elbow to Monroe. Monroe lobs the ball, knocked away by Toll. And Kennedy with the loose ball. Savvy to the basket. Layup is no good, but she's fouled. And will go to the line for a couple of free throws. So Kennedy a chance to score her first varsity points. As Lauren Hicks is also checked in for Harrison County. Lauren, a 5'3", 8th grader. And now wholesale changes by the Lady Devils with 1:12 left in the game. And Harrison County leading 63-29. See, we got Esther Dendler. Also Carly Church. Cinderella Gifford's back in, as is Carrie Morgan. And I think that's it. Free throw by Kennedy is no good. Knocked out of bounds. That's touched by whom? Also in the game is Kayla Narr. As Kennedy goes to the line for the second of these two free throws with 58 seconds left. Come on, Savvy, you can do it. There! Oh, I thought for sure it was going in. Long rebound, chased down by Maddie Jones. And now as the ball is thrown inside, a tie-up. Possession arrow will keep it in Harrison County's hands. 47 seconds left. On their own baseline, Katie Beth Linville to trigger the inbounds pass. Gets it to Kennedy. Kennedy drives, puts up a 12-footer off the mark. Marley Toll rebound, no. Long rebound is going to go out of bounds. Last touched by Harrison County, so Robertson has the ball. Just 25 seconds left. I think everybody that dressed has gotten into the game tonight. With the basketball across timeline comes Gifford. Gifford has the ball knocked away. Loose ball picked up this time by Maddie Jones. Her shot's no good. Put back by Kennedy's no good. Lauren Hicks is there to get the rebound and put back. Good job that time. And Harrison County will come away with a 65-29 victory after that basket on a putback by Lauren Hicks, just ahead of the buzzer. Harrison County now with a record of 7-9, but more importantly, 1-0 in the district. Meanwhile, Robertson County drops to 1-16, 0-3 in district play. We invite you to stay tuned now for our post-game show, sponsored by MCDC Licking Valley Campus. We'll go over all the scoring and stats from tonight's game, as well as have a chat with, I'm sure, a very happy Coach Marshall. We'll also name our Judy Construction Company Player of the Game. All that coming up after this timeout. But once again, from here on the Hilltop, in game number 2 of this boy-girl doubleheader, Harrison County gets the sweep. In the first game, the Thoroughbreds won 74-38. Here in the nightcap, the Phillies win 65-29. You've been listening to Harrison County Basketball on WCYN Sports. County back here on the hilltop. A successful evening if you're a Thoroughbred and Philly fan, as our guys and girls sweep the Pendleton, or Nicholas, now I'll get it right here in a second, the Robertson County Black Devils and Lady Devils, and now hold firm control of first place as far as the seeding is concerned for the 38th District Tournament at the end of the year. In our second game, Harrison County shot out to a 15-0 lead, and it was never really a ball game after that, as the Phillies just took over and forced 28 turnovers, which was outstanding for our girls tonight, and just a good ball game for everyone who had a chance to watch it, at least as far as Harrison County fans are concerned. Taking a look at the individual scoring from the game. First for Robertson County, who drops to 1-16 on the year. They do place a player in double figures, that being Krista Ham with 10. 7 points for Haley Sutton, 5 points for Lily Monroe, 4 points for Hadley Linville, a couple of points as well for Carrie Morgan, and a single point for Emma Adamson rounds out the scoring. Also getting to the game but not scoring, Natalie Massey, Cinderella Gifford, Carly Church, Esther Dendler, and Kayla Kennard. For Harrison County, Gab Hadrick leads the way with a career-best 34 points on the night, including 3 3-pointers. She had 16 of those 34 in the third quarter. Her previous high was 32, which we mentioned before, that she got down at that tournament down at South Warren Middle School when Harrison County played Meade County back in Gab's freshman year, so it's been a long time coming to get better than that 32, but congratulations, big time to her. Also scoring for the Phillies, Caroline Van Hook at 8, as did Bailey Hudgens. 6 points for Brooke Kinney off the bench tonight, as she continues to show that she belongs out there. 4 points for Kara Hines, a couple of points as well for both Keely Custard and Lauren Hicks there at the end. A single point was scored by Manny Jones as well. Also playing but not scoring, Kylie Hudgens, Maddie Carson, Katie Beth Linville, Marley Toll, and Savannah Kennedy, who got her first chance to play as a varsity Philly here tonight. That's the way the individual numbers look. We'll take a break, come back, and tell you how the team stats stacked up. They're coming up after this timeout, but once again, in game number 2 here on the Hilltop, the Phillies win over Robertson County 65-29. You're listening to Harrison County Basketball on WCYN Sport.
Dealing with the real world wasn't easy, even before the whole global pandemic thing. Trying to pay the bills, worrying about family, or just trying to figure out what you want to be. The good news? Maysville Community and Technical College is open and ready, with on-campus and online programs that can lead to essential careers in IT, healthcare, and more, all at less than half the cost of a 4-year university. So never put your dreams on hold, and never underestimate you.
Joined now by Coach Marshall. And, Coach, I don't know if we can play any better than we did in that third quarter.
Well, I got on them at halftime. People probably
Did you?
She's probably happy, but I wasn't happy. I told him, I said, there's no way we give up 18 points and a half. You know, I thought I don't know. I don't want to say. I thought we were a little lackadaisical on defense compared to like some of the teams we played against. We didn't give that many up to Mason County, who's got way more threats. And, I thought that we just didn't do some of our foundation stuff. That's all you had to do, and then you end up with steals. And, we were kind of slapping and hacking and then sending them to the free throw line and getting ourselves in foul trouble. And I told them I didn't care if we didn't give them a point the whole second half.
Oh, really? And,
I thought I think that's something that, we talked about this after the game. Like, I'm so competitive. So I'm not going to feel sorry for anybody. And I don't, I'm sorry. That's just the way I am. I don't care if they don't score. And that's how I want them to be.
Right.
And it becomes a habit. And then you don't have to turn it on and off.
Yeah.
It just becomes a habit. And that's what we have to have by the end of the postseason, is that's a habit. And we got that killer mentality all the time. And we're working together as a unit all the time. And it's pretty when we do.
Yeah.
It's really pretty, our defense, when we do that. And we've got to keep working on that.
Gab Hadrick, a career high 34 points, and there for a while she just couldn't miss.
I saw her run down the court at one point. She said, "I'm on fire." So, that's fun.
Oh, yeah.
Like you look back at games like that and you remember that in your career, and and there's been games that she's not been able to put up that many points, and so they left her open on the 3-point line. She struggled from the 3-point line, so I wasn't holding her back on that. I want her to build her confidence back. She's a great shooter. She's a great scorer. There's no reason she should ever doubt herself, but there's definitely times she does. We went to Rowan County. She struggled. Yeah. She was very upset after that game, and so it was a nice bounce back for her, and I wanted her to enjoy that. I think Kara struggled a little bit with that foul trouble, but she worked hard on the inside.
Sure did.
Her and Caroline. Caroline, that third quarter got us a lot of little tip outs and steals and stuff like that, getting those long arms, and that kind of pushed us right out there to start that third quarter fast instead of slow. So, there are a lot of great things that happened, and we put Keeley on Ham. I don't know why Ham ended up with 10.
She ended up 10, but it was a tough 10.
Yeah, she didn't get any open shots.
Right.
It was all contested, and so and again, that's something we'll go back, and I think Keeley can do even better on her, and she won't get anything against her. But we can talk about that. We can watch the film. We can show her some things where she's opening up and giving her that lane and things. So, this is all things that we just keep improving. Some people probably think, oh, you walk out here with a running clock, you're happy. Like, we have to go back and still fix a lot, and they'll get the weekend off. This is their last weekend that they'll have. So we're going to give them all weekend off, and then we come back, and we've got a busy couple of weeks.
Right.
So we go Friday, Saturday from this point on, and it's got to be complete focus. It's got to be hard practices. We brought up 2 new players to join us so that we have a little bit more depth for practice heading into our district play for scouts. Because right now we were only at 10, 11, and so our 6 and 7 man we're not being able to get them in to work through our offenses. So then it looks kind of awkward when they're in there. So we need to fix that so that they're fluid when they sub in. And so Savannah Kennedy and Lauren Hicks, they've worked extremely hard, and all the coaches felt like, they're 2 that are focused and will work hard for us and come in and do good things. So we were excited when Lauren scored tonight. Yeah. I thought Savannah was going to.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Just 5 turnovers tonight, Coach. That's remarkable.
Yeah, I mean, it should be. That's what it should be. Probably too many. But, I think we're doing better at that. I think we're doing better of taking care of the ball. Our spacing's better, not running on top of each other and stuff like that. And but, obviously you're going to face really good teams in the region that are going to put a lot of pressure, and we've got to be able to handle that. So that's something that we try to work on in practice is some transition stuff, some chaotic stuff where we're not always in our set, so they're getting used to that, and there was a couple really good passes where we made that extra pass, and we didn't see that early on in the season.
No.
And now we're doing that instead of forcing a shot. So those are things we do in practice to try to create that, not just set, and they have to make decisions out of it. And we're trusting them to do that. I talked about that early on. We struggled at the beginning of the season with Bailey and Keeley making those decisions, but we went with it. Right. You got to let them make it and let them figure it out, and now they're doing better. So.
Congratulations as well as you move past Larry Allison on the all-time wins list as a coach here. And so now in second place in behind Coach Whitaker.
Okay, I got to beat him.
Well,
that might take a while.
He's a little over 100 away from you right now.
That's okay.
So it'll take you a couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. I'm privileged to get to have been here this long, and I know when I took the job, it was something they wanted was somebody who would put the time in, and it took time. It took time to build this program, and I saw some of our 6th graders here tonight watching, so it's fun. You see some of the girls coming that want to be a part of your program, and that's something we've worked hard on building, so it's been good.
And it all starts at the base, at you say the 6th grade or even younger than that, and what you've done a very good job of doing is getting more and more girls involved very early so that by the time that you get them now, they pretty much know what they're doing, while, say, when you first started, you got them and they didn't know what the plays were.
Yeah, well, that wasn't just me. I mean, Dr. Moses was actually a really big part of all that, getting our girls-only league going down at the rec department. That was big for Harrison County, for our girls basketball. We've produced a lot more out there, and then you've had a lot of AAU coaches help get girls playing at a younger age. But that's something that pushed, and when I took over, I knew I had to do, and now we're starting to see a result of that.
Right. Well, congratulations on the win in many different aspects, and we'll talk to you around table in the morning.
All right, thank you.
Head Philly basketball coach Kim Marshall after the Phillies' 65-29 win over Robertson County here on the Hilltop tonight in game number 2 of the doubleheader. We'll take our final break, come back, and take a look at the team stats as well as name our Judy Construction Company player of the game. You've been listening to Philly basketball on WCYN Sports. All right, let's take a look at the stats for the game. Robertson County hits only 29% of their shots tonight on 9 of 31, including 2 of 8 from beyond the arc. Meanwhile, the Phillies put up 69 shots. That's 38 more than what Robertson County did. Made 26 for 37.7%. We did a much better job shooting in the second half than the first after Coach Marshall had her little discussion with them at halftime. So for the game, 26 out of 69, 37.7%, 4 of 14 from beyond the arc. Harrison County didn't do too well from the line, however, making just 9 of 18, while Robertson County didn't do much better, 9 of 16. That's 56.3%. Turnovers were a huge part of this game. Robertson County commits 28 turnovers, 12 of those coming in the third quarter when Harrison County really boosted its lead to overwhelming. Harrison County, meanwhile, 5 whole turnovers on the night. And they spread them out pretty well. We had 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and 2 in the fourth. And Harrison County also dominates the backboards, 37-22. 7 offensive and 15 defensive rebounds for Robertson County. They were paced by Haley Sutton. I take that back. Lily Monroe. Lily Monroe led the Lady Devils in rebounding with 7. Meanwhile, 21 offensive rebounds for our girls. That's remarkable. 16 defensive for their 37. Caroline Van Hook leading the way with 10 rebounds. Half of those were offensive rebounds, which is something that you really like to see. So just a complete game, good offense, good defense, good passing. Just if we could play this way, especially the second half, like we did tonight, we'll beat just about anybody we play, no doubt about it. Our Judy Construction Company player of the game, got to give it to Gab. 34 points, including 3 3-pointers. She also grabbed 4 rebounds and added an assist along with that. So congratulations to Gab Hedrick, our Judy Construction Company player of the game. Now the Phillies' next game will be on Wednesday when they'll host the Lady Camels of Campbell County. But our next broadcast will be the day before on Tuesday when the Thoroughbreds will take to the hardwood back here on the Hilltop against the Saints of St. Patrick High School. So a chance to see your Phillies and your Thoroughbreds on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. So come on up to the Hilltop and support your sports teams. I want to thank my engineer back in the station, Mike Davis, who always does a wonderful job. And as always, I want to thank all of our sponsors, because without their help, we would not be able to get Harrison County High School basketball on the air. So from the Hilltop in this doubleheader win, in the opener, the Harrison County Thoroughbreds defeated the Black Devils of Robertson County 74-38. And in the nightcap, the Phillies defeat the Lady Devils 65-29. So until the morning, for Let's Talk Sports, good evening, everyone.